Bar Beach, once a picturesque coastline in Lagos, Nigeria, known for its scenic beauty and lively atmosphere. But beneath its golden sands lies a history drenched in blood and fear. This very beach, where families once gathered for relaxation, also served as the infamous site of public executions during Nigeria's military regimes. In today's episode, we dive deep into the chilling history of Bar Beach, its role as a place of death, the most notorious executions that took place here, and what stands in its place today. Welcome to The Story Keeper, where we share events and stories from the past to help you learn and keep you entertained. If you like our contents, kindly subscribe, like and share our videos. Located along Ahmadu Bello Way in Victoria Island, Lagos, Bar Beach was one of Nigeria's most famous coastal attractions. For decades, it was a hub of entertainment, drawing locals and tourists alike. However, in the 1970s and 1980s, this beautiful location became synonymous with horror, as it was transformed into a public execution ground by the military government. During this period, Nigeria was ruled by military leaders who took a harsh stance on crime, particularly on armed robbery and coup attempts. These leaders believed that public executions would serve as a deterrent, sending a strong message to criminals and dissenters. And so, Bar Beach, with its vast open space and accessibility to the public, was chosen as the ultimate stage for these brutal spectacles. Several high-profile executions took place at Bar Beach, attracting thousands of spectators. Some of the most notorious include the execution of Ishola Oyenusi 1973. In the early 1970s, Nigeria was gripped with fear by a man named Ishola Oyenusi. Known as Nigeria's first and most dreaded armed robber, Oyenusi and his gang carried out a series of high-profile crimes, robbing banks, attacking police stations, and murdering innocent civilians with reckless abandon. Oyenusi's notoriety peaked when he and his gang stole a vehicle from a medical doctor, whom they later killed, to use for a robbery. The military government under General Yakubu Gowon, determined to rid the country of criminals, swiftly arrested him. His trial was quick, and he was sentenced to death by firing squad. On the day of his execution, over 30,000 people gathered at Bar Beach to witness the fall of the king of robbers. Ishola Oyenusi, known for his arrogance, was reportedly smiling and laughing as he was led to the execution post. Dressed in a blue shirt and grey trousers, he was tied to a stake along with 6 members of his gang. As the soldiers raised their rifles, tension filled the air. With the crack of gunfire, Oyenusi's reign of terror came to a gruesome end, marking the beginning of the era of public executions in Nigeria. The execution of Babatunde Folorunsho 1971. Babatunde Folorunsho was another feared armed robber whose name struck fear in the hearts of Lagos residents. He was part of a gang that carried out daring bank heists and violent crimes. He was also known as Baba Eleran and was the first armed robber to be publicly executed in Nigeria. He was convicted and sentenced to death, and his execution was carried out at the Bar Beach, becoming one of the first publicized deaths at the site, solidifying its reputation as Nigeria's execution ground. The execution of coup plotters 1976 and 1986. Bar Beach was not only for criminals but also for political dissidents. Following the assassination of General Murtala Muhammad in 1976, Lieutenant Colonel Buka Suka Dimka, the man behind the coup attempt, was executed along with other conspirators. Similarly, in 1986, Major General Mamman Vots and others accused of plotting against the Babangida regime faced the same fate at the beach. These public executions were attended by massive crowds. Thousands would gather at Bar Beach, treating the grim event as a spectacle. Vendors sold food, children climbed onto trees for a better view, and the government ensured that media outlets covered the event extensively. The firing squads, dressed in military gear, carried out their duty with precision, leaving the air thick with gunpowder and death. As the years went by, public executions at Bar Beach began to decline. The introduction of more human rights advocacy, international pressure, and the eventual return to civilian rule in 1999 led to a shift in Nigeria's criminal justice system. By the early 2000s, the era of public executions was over, and Bar Beach was left with its dark history. Today, the infamous Bar Beach no longer exists. Due to severe coastal erosion and the need for urban development, the Nigerian government reclaimed the land and transformed it into what is now known as Eko Atlantic City, a luxurious, high-end residential and business district built to rival some of the world's most developed urban centers. The sands once stained with blood are now home to skyscrapers, five-star hotels, and modern infrastructure. It's ironic that a place once used for such brutality is now a symbol of wealth and progress. However, for those who remember its past, Bar Beach will always be haunted by the ghost of its dark history. The story of Bar Beach is one of transformation from a leisure spot to an execution ground, and now a city of luxury. Its history serves as a stark reminder of Nigeria's past, a period marked by fear, brutality, and authoritarian rule. While the skyline of Lagos continues to change, the memories of those public executions remain deeply etched in the minds of those who witnessed them. What do you think about Bar Beach's transformation? Do you believe its dark history should be remembered, or should it be left in the past? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history.